Hello, this is Elaine with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this slider box with pop-out cube. And I used the Lots of Heart bundle. So when you slide, the cube pops out. So I'm going to start by showing you the template and the bundle. So here is the bundle. Got the stamp set with the hearts and sentiments, and then these cute little hearts here. And then the bundle has these dies. I love the dies with the looping hearts and all these other hearts that you can cut out, as well as this floral heart, the scalloped heart, little birdie and butterfly. So many hearts. That's why it's called the many hearts dies, because there's just tons of hearts that you can cut out. So let's start with the template. So the first piece that I'm going to show you is the top, which is the casing. So it's 8 1/4 by 5 7/8 tall, and you're going to score at 5/8, 3 7/8, 4 1/2, and 7 3/4. So you can take a screenshot of that. Okay. Next, I'm going to try and fit this in the screen. The box, here's the box, is 6 7/8 by 4 1/8, and you're going to score it 1/2 inch all the way around. So the box is this piece right here, this little tiny box. Okay, so now I'm going to put those two pieces together. I'll just leave that there if you want to take a screenshot. You can pause it and take a screenshot. Go back. Okay, so this is the case. Really simple. I'm just going to put some, you can put Stampin' Seal Plus or tear and tape here. So I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus just all the way down. And you can just lay it flat and fold it over, and it should just fit nicely. Should be able to fold it over the other way too. And that is our little slider casing part. And then the box is just going to be folded on all 4 sides. And then I'm just going to cut little notches on all 4 sides, just on these 2 sides, and then flip it 180 degrees, and then do the other 2 sides. Make little notches. And then you can use tear and tape, Stampin' Seal Plus, or liquid glue. I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal Plus again. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Sorry, with COVID, my husband's home. And even though so I'm just gonna put these tabs, connect them all together, and that's gonna create our little box that's gonna house our cube, which is gonna slide in. right there. So that's going to slide. Now I'm going to decorate the top really quickly. I've already got it stamped. So I've got some Highland Heather and stamped the My Heart Smiles, just thinking about you. Looks like I need to trim this a little bit. It's a little bit too long. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off. Stuck to it. Okay, that's better. Okay, now we have our scallop heart. I'm just going to poke out some of these pieces here. Okay, and put this on dimensionals after I add this with some liquid glue. Okay, and tweezers are good to put this on. Place this. Okay, and now we'll add this on with dimensionals. And this too. Okay, So last thing to do for the box is to punch a hole. In the middle, and to tie a little knot to pull. And use that as our pull. Okay, so that part of the box is complete. Now we're going to work on this pop-up box. All right, so for this, you're going to need a rubber band. I'm not sure exactly, there's some numbers. I'm not sure exactly what number rubber band this is, but you're gonna need a rubber band. Okay, so you're gonna start off with a piece of 8.5 by 6, and you're gonna score it on the 8.5 side at 2 3/4 and 5.5, and then on the 6-inch side you're gonna score it at 2 3/4 and then 1/2 inch in from this side, which is at 5.5. So 2 3/4 and 5.5. So that's wrong. Oh, it's 2 3, it's 1/2 and then 3 1/4 this way. But if you look at it this way, it's that. Now I get it. But since we're this way, I'm just gonna change it. Where'd my Sharpie go? We're just gonna use a pen then. And then it's gonna be 2 3/4 and 5.5 that way. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of cutting to get to this point right here. So we have everything scored and folded, and we need to do a little bit of scoring here. We need to do scoring, and we need to do some cutting. So we're going to use some large scissors, and we're gonna cut along this score line right here all the way to the top, right there. And then we're gonna come down below this score line about 1/2 inch and cut all the way across. And we're gonna save this piece. And then we're just gonna cut a little notch. And then same thing on the other side. Cut all the way to the top. And then come down 1 inch from the score line. Cut across, save that. And cut a little notch. And then we're gonna cut away these top 2 tabs and just leave the middle tab. Like so. Okay, now we're gonna do some scoring. So I'm gonna use my cutting and scoring tool, and a bone folder, 'cause it's just easier. I'm just gonna use the track. So I'm gonna line up this point here with this point down here. So this point up here with this point down here. And I'm gonna just score along here. And then I'm gonna turn this around and I'm going to score from here, this point, down to this point down here. So I create this X right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to score from here down to this point right here. Missed it a little bit, so let me try again. And then score from here to there. And then we've got our score lines. So now we're going to do a little bit more cutting. We're going to cut along this score line right here. So we're going to cut from that corner all the way up to this corner right here. Kind of looks like we're creating an airplane almost. So same thing on the other side. We're going to cut from this corner all the way up to that corner. So again, kind of looks like an airplane. All right. So we have our two pieces that look like this. So now we are going to decorate our two pieces first before we put them together, but they'll go together like this. And I have some pieces of Highland Heather and white. The Highland Heather measures 2.5. Nope, 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. Okay, now that it's all decorated, I'm just going to go ahead and attach them together with some Stampin' Seal Plus, something strong. And I'm gonna flip this over, and now I'm gonna use one of these extra, I can move this, pieces. And I'm going to trim it down. And let's see, where did I write it down? Two by 2.5. By 2.5. And I'm going to score it at, so I'm going to need my other tool. I'm going to score it at 1/2, 1 1/4, and 2. Okay, so it's going to be like that. And then I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm going to put it at the 1. And cut it in half. So I've got these two little tabs. Okay, so I'm gonna use these two little tabs for the elastic. So I'm gonna punch a hole in both of the tabs. And then I'm gonna make a cut, angling the cut one way. Cut, cut, cut all the way to the hole on both tabs. Okay. Now I'm going to place both tabs with the cut angle facing the same way on the score line right here. And I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal Plus on my tabs to adhere those down. So get that in the center, and get this centered here. Okay, make sure these are facing the same way, and get that right on the score line there. Okay, so those two are on the score line. Okay, now I'm going to start putting together my box. So I'm going to put adhesive on these two pieces and bring this up. So turn this over, and gotta fold this down just for a sec so I can put some adhesive here. And just fold this over. So you see my box is starting to come together. And then same thing on this side. Put some adhesive here and here. And place that together. And this together. And now for the rubber band. Okay. Okay. So now the rubber band you're going to twist. Twist, 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 twist. Actually, you can place it in one of the holes first. And then you're going to twist it. Do some twisting. And then you're going to place it in the other one. Come on. There we go. Whoop. See, it already wants to close. Okay, and we're gonna put some adhesive right here. This time I'm gonna do tear and tape because that's just gonna be easier than the Stampin' Seal Plus. A little bit hard to reach in there, but you can kind of get your fingers in there a little bit to adhere it together. And that's your pop-up box. These to go in. And that's a really good pop-up. So now you're ready to put it inside your case here. We'll open that up. Put this inside. Slide it in. Straighten everything up and pull this out. And there we go. There's our pop-up box. Tuck it in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you make your very own pop-up box or pop-up cube box. Join me next time on my next stamping adventure by subscribing to my YouTube channel and clicking on the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye.